Having visited the Ghats, we then went to Sarnath. This is the place where the Buddha was said to have delivered his first sermon. Here is a large stupa. It's spelled Dhamek Stupa. I'm not sure that's the right pronunciation. And Buddhists come here and they wander around the base of the stupa, chanting sort of religious mantras. And also on the same site, called the Deer Park, there was a huge monastery which was destroyed, which went by the name of Mulagandha. There's very little to see, except the foundations of the buildings. But the park itself is very, very pleasant. Well, it's now 5 to 10. Having been on the river this morning, we've now come to this Buddhist temple. This is the place, this side is the site where Buddha preached his first sermon, or made his first speech. I'm not sure they give sermons. But and these people are obviously all Buddhists. They've come to pray, and they have monks with them. The monks have fancy cameras and iPhones. There's some prayer wheels. Inside these in Tibet were the scripts, lots of prayer scripts. Whether they have scripts inside them, I don't know. So this is where Buddha preached his first sermon. It seems a very simple sort of structure and very, very modern. When you consider some of the structures erected at Buddha around the Far East, this is a very modest thing. Well, that's the English translation, but I suspect it will be somewhere on the internet. I don't intend going down through that lot there. If you want to know more, that's where to look for it. There's a Buddhist walking around this giant stupa made of bricks. The stupa itself is solid, but it is a very, very wide structure without a point on. Most of the stupas you see in the Far East have a base very similar in size, but they're much taller and have almost a spike on the top. And they're walking around at and they wear pure white, very simple clothes, the Buddhist pilgrims. So you can recognise them a long way off. We continue to walk around and chanting. This is the sunny side of the stuff. You can see the base. It's been really well decorated, but when they've renewed it, they haven't renewed the decoration. And as I say, it's solid. You can't go in it at all. And this was a Buddhist monastery in Varanasi, and again very, very old. And the stupa is just on my left-hand side as I look at it. So this is this monastery where the stupa was. Unfortunately the sun's in the wrong direction for this, but we'll make the best of it. It's obviously been a big place in its time. I mean, it doesn't say when. During the Gupta period, whenever the Gupta period might have been. Many of the pieces of stone, particularly the bases of these, I don't know, they were pillars or small stupas. Pilgrims put gold leaf. Very typical you find in Buddhist temples, you find gold leaf everywhere. And Varanasi, of course, is famous for silk weaving, so there was the inevitable visit to a demonstration of silk weaving, followed by a visit to some shop. You always get it. It's unavoidable. We're at silk making. This lad is spinning, weaving silk. It all looks very complicated. When he wants to move the car, it's all done by these poles down here, which he moves with his feet. And the design's covered with a piece of cloth, so you can't actually see to keep the dirt off. But it is rather spectacular.
Yes, well this man here.
And every time you press the pedal, you can see it moves the car on. You can see it's a sort of punch car. So it's a very complicated thing to set up. But once you've got it set up, it works quite well. The big problem with these is converting the design into a punched card. That is a design on a piece of graph paper. Well, we're now leaving Varanasi and it's 5 o'clock. It's a 5 o'clock flight out to Kolkata on Go Indigo. I assume that's Go Indi. That's what we're on. So it's only an hour and a half. So pretty quickly. There's a great queue for the bags. But we'll just have to go with it.